YouTube, welcome back to the JC Trades YouTube channel where I post my raw and authentic trading journey. I'm back after a few months off, and in that time, I've managed to pass 4 funded accounts with almost a 79% win rate. In this video, I'll show you some of the trades that I took, as well as some of the lessons that I learned along the way so you can use them in your own trading journey. If you've been here for the grind, welcome back. Thank you for supporting. And if you're brand new, make sure to hit that subscribe button. With that being said, let's get into it. Okay, getting into the first day, I took this trade on Friday, November the 14th. Just looking at overall market structure on the 4-hour, you can see we're kind of rebalancing price. We had a huge last couple of weeks where price just went higher and higher up to all-time highs, and then we started to correct itself and rebalance price. So now we're kind of, everything's free game. Last week was kind of like, I mean, you honestly blind long and make money because we were just going towards all-time highs every week. So now it's kind of better trading situation. We can go lower, we can go higher. So now we mark out fair value gaps. So if you look here, we have a 4-hour bullish or bearish fair value gap that could be used to hold price down. But then also below that, if we go on the 1-hour, we have a 1-hour gap here as well. So we're kind of stuck between two gaps. But coming into the day, I don't really like to do biases, but coming into the day, what I could see is I'd be looking for longs, mainly because if you look here, we have a bullish SMT. NQ sweeps this sell side low, but if we go on ES fails to sweep this low, creating an SMT, and this is a higher time frame SMT, which gives me more confirmation that it's actually valid. So there's a lot of SMTs on like the 1 minute, 4 minute, 5 minute time frame. So sometimes they get invalidated, but these higher time frame 1 hour, 4 hours daily SMTs usually hold. So this gives me pretty good conviction that we'll be looking for longs today. So going down onto the 5 minute, we have clear draws on liquidity. I mean, there's not really anything lower. We kind of have relative equals here, but not really. But looking here, we have midnight price up here. We have London high, Asian high, New York AM high, London high. Like, there's so much resting liquidity above, which gives me even more confirmation that price is likely to go up, and I'll be looking for longs today. So let's drop down to the 1 minute, and then kind of just play price for a little bit. Boom, right here, we're tapping this 1-hour gap. So now that we're tapping, for my entry, I need to see either one of two things. One is a sweep of liquidity, so session liquidity, such as London highs or Asian highs, or tapping into higher time frame fair value gaps or inefficiencies, such as the 1 hour or the 4 hour. So here we're tapping into a 1 hour fair value gap. So now this is where I'd be looking for my entry, looking to see if I can get some type of continuation maybe, or even an inverse. So if we play price a little bit more forward here, we create something called a BPR, or a balanced price range. This is good for rejections off of. So a lot of times when you have a BPR, price has to come down to it and then reject off of it. So we create a BPR here. If I play price a little bit more forward, I'm kind of just waiting for an entry. I don't really have one yet. No entry. Looking here, we tap into this BPR, and we get a strong V-shaped rejection off this BPR. This is where I'm like, okay, yeah, everything's lining up. One, we're delivering out of this 1 hour fair value gap, bullish fair value gap. We have the SMT that's also bullish. We have all this resting liquidity above, and then we also have this BPR that price is rejecting off of. So I enter right here off of this candle closure, and then I place my stop loss at the CE, which is the middle line of this BPR gap. Because if price comes down here, then my trade is kind of invalid, and I wouldn't really want to see it come down here. So price, we play it forward. Oh, and then I target London high as my first target. So I would go break even here and then take profits here. And then Asia high is my next range that I would want to see hit. I wouldn't want to see these highs up here, such as the New York AM high, only because it's above this 4-hour bearish, which is most likely going to hold price down. So if I play this forward, bang, hits our first TP London high, and then hits our Asia high here for a 200-point winner, right? So we smack this high here. And then it's a great exit because you can see price taps this 4 hour, and then what does it do? Shoots down, right? That's why these are just unrealistic. Number one, they're like 600 points above, and then it's also okay. On to the next day. This trade was taken on November the 11th on a Monday, which is rare for me. I usually don't trade Mondays because there's usually no news, so it's not a lot of volume. But I always like to watch just in case. Like if my setup presents itself, I'm gonna take it. So this was actually one of those rare Mondays where I took a trade. So looking on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, we're at basically all-time highs. We're up in this range, kind of consolidating the last couple of days. We don't really have any fair value gaps holding price down or resistant price or anything on the 1 hour or the 4 hour. So everything's pretty much free game, just kind of looking to see. We're reacting to the market, right? So we're not trying to predict that we're reacting. So off the 9:30 open, we have a sweep, right? At 9:33, we have a sweep of this old London high. So that's our first criteria right there. Now we're looking for a trade model, which doesn't come for a while. And this is one of the biggest things I learned is patience is key. Patience, patience, patience. If you're rushing to get into a trade, 9 times out of 10, you're going to lose that trade. You have to wait for a high quality setup. People on YouTube always say, yo, you need to take more trades. Trade every day. You don't. You don't. That's how you lose, bro. That's how your win rate drops. That's how you lose, right? It's just, it's not the way, right? So we're waiting for high quality setups. That's what we're waiting for, high quality setups. So this trade didn't get placed until 10:14, right? Which isn't even that far in the open. That's not long. But sitting here on the 1 minute, just watching price, just watching it shoot down with no entry, it can be demoralizing, bro. I can't even lie. And that's something I had to battle, like something I had to deal with. FOMO is huge. Trading is 90% psychology, bro. It is. That's just how it is. So after we sweep this liquidity up here, we range down here, right? We form this 1 minute fair value gap, which gets tested once and then twice, and is rejected price both times. And then we come up again for another rejection here. We tap it again. So in my head, I believe we're gonna inverse this, right? We're gonna bounce off of this. We form a small 1 minute gap here, and this is the main thing I trade is inverse fair value gaps. So we inverse this fair value gap here, which is where I enter the trade here. I place my stops right around here, right above this inversion, because if it goes above that, then my trade is invalid. And then I target this midnight price for around a 1 to 3, right? We have London low down here, which I believe, I mean, you could target. I don't really see why you would, because it would be a 1 to almost 8, which is insane. But we'll see if price actually gets all the way down there. But my target was here at this midnight open. Could have went somewhere break even around here at this swing point, or even, but I really wouldn't go break even here. Probably break even around here at this swing point, and then just let the trade rock. So if we play this through, bang, right? We get clear, just smack. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, we also have an SMT here, right? Let's look here. We have a bearish SMT right here, which is another confirmation that price is ultimately going to shoot down, right? So price rejects off this 1 minute. We have a bearish SMT, an inverse fair value gap. I mean, this is almost an A+. If this was delivering out of a higher PD array, like a 15-minute fair value gap or something, then like if it was delivering from up here on the 15-minute, this would be an A++ setup. This would be beautiful right here. But it's fine. This is like a, I would say this is an A setup. So we inverse this here and then come down to this midnight open. Let's see if price actually gets all the way down. and bang, it actually does come all the way down and smacks London Open for a 1-8. Wow. Or almost 1-8. Almost 1-8 trade, which is insane. But I mean, it's literally that simple, ladies and gentlemen. It's simple. That's another thing about trading that I learned, another lesson that I learned. When I first started learning how to trade, it was like, okay, I don't know why in my mind, but I'm like, let me find the most complicated and difficult trading strategy and then master that, because if it's complicated, that means it has to work, right? Incorrect, bro. No. Find something that resonates with you. Find something that works for you, something that's simple that you can follow, and it's going to work, bro. Put in the work, and it's going to work. I'm still very, very early into my trading journey. I'm battling with psychology more than ever. Like, the strategy is there. I know my strategy. I know my edge, but the psychology is not there yet. Like, even this past week, it was my first day on my funded accounts, and I took a trade that was a simple read. It was so easy, classic continuation, and I knew it was gonna work out. But in the middle of my trade, I had to take profit. Maybe let's say I had to take profit about 50 points. I got out at around 20 points simply because I was scared of the fact that it was going to reverse on me. I thought I was going to lose all the profits that I had, right? And I hadn't gotten to the swing point where I wanted to take some profits out yet, but I was dealing with a little bit of drawback, a little bit of drawdown, right? So price was reversing a little bit. I was looking at the P&L, watching it go from 300 to 200 to 100, and I'm like, yo, I just need to get out. So I got out with a profit of around $200, which, I mean, it's good. $200 a day is good. I made $200 in less than 5 minutes, but I just couldn't handle it, and it was my psychology that messed me up. So I got out. Then 5 minutes later, price runs up to my take profit and smacks it, right? So if I would have just held out on my trade like I knew I wanted to, I know where I wanted to go. If I would have just held out, I would have probably made $700, $800, and it didn't end there. After I hit my take profit, I FOMO'd. Fear of missing out, bro. I got in. I just clicked the buy button. No setup, nothing. Just click the buy button at the point, at the high where my take profit was, and price just reversed on me. I went from being up $200 to being in the hole $300. I mean, it was simple trade, just bad psychology. So that's something that I'm dealing with now. Psychology is the biggest thing. It's 90% psychology, 10% strategy. But, right, we're on to the next day, on to the next week, next trades. I've officially passed my first ever evals. This is the first time I ever tried passing evals, and I managed to pass 4 of them, which is pretty good. I'm proud of myself, proud of the work I've been putting in. Been watching a lot of Justin Werlin, a lot of PJ trades, just refining my model. And that's another reason that I've been gone a long time is, one, life got busy. Can't even lie. I had internships in the summer. I'm in college right now at Ohio State studying for my computer science degree, right? So I had an internship in the last summer, got busy with that. Then school came back around, and I was just ultimately just refining my model, just trying to get better behind the scenes, right? So now I'm back posting videos consistently. Trades I take, I'll be posting recaps on them. I'm going to try to get maybe 2 out a week, maybe. Wins, losses, whatever. Try to be as authentic as possible. But yeah, with that being said, thank you for watching my video. Tune back into the next one I post. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, drop a comment if you want. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.